In this lesson, we'll learn about another type of values that can be useful when working in Python. Strings are text values composed of a sequence of characters. Let's see how we can create a string in practice. If we ask the machine to display the name George this way, we'll obtain an error message. Why? Because Python assumes George is the name of a variable to which we have assigned no value. Here's the magic trick that will correct this mistake. Let's type single quotation marks around the name George first. And now, let's type double quotation marks around it. You see the output values of these two inputs are the same. This is how Python displays text results if you don't use the print command. Should you use print, the output will be shown with no quotes. You'll be able to see plain text. If we assign this value to a new variable, let's say x4, we can obtain its output as we did with the integers and floats. Alright, so that's it. If the values you'd like to assign are not numerical, the quotes can come into play. Assume the variable y is supposed to represent the number of dollars you have in your pocket. In addition, you would like to ask the machine to print out a statement that says y dollars, where y is a number. The proper way to combine the value of y and the string dollars is to use a plus sign, as shown here. Let's execute this cell to check if we are missing something. Apparently, we did not respect the rules of coding in Python. We cannot put different types of variables in the same expression. Y is an integer, and dollars is a string. We can convert y into a string. String, str, is the built-in function we need. Analogically to integers and floats, string will convert our number into text, and that will unlock our result. To summarize what we said so far, Python can automatically guess the type of data you are entering. It is within its capabilities to know for sure whether you have assigned an integer, a float, a boolean, or a string. You need not declare the types of variables explicitly, as you must do in some other programming languages. Python always knows the type of variable. What will happen if you type something like, "I'm fine"? You'll need the apostrophe in the English syntax, not for the Pythonic one. Observe, if you execute the command like this, you will make a mistake. To avoid that, in such situations, you can distinguish between the two symbols. Put the text within double quotes and leave the apostrophe, which technically coincides with the single quote between I and M. Now you are fine. An alternative way to do that would be to leave the quotes on the sides and place a backslash before the apostrophe within the phrase, and we'll still obtain the same correct result. This backslash is called an escape character, as it changes the interpretation of characters immediately after it. And what if we wanted to state press enter, where we put enter within inverted commas? Same logic. The outer symbols must differ from the inner ones. Put single quotes on the sides, and you obtained the desired result. Finally, let's go through a few ways of stating values. Say you wish to print red car on the same line. If I write it like this, two words next to each other, separated by a blank space, I'll see them attached. One trick would be to put a blank space before the second apostrophe of the first word. Let's see. Nice. That looks like the desired result. Another technique would be to sort of add one of the strings to the other by typing in a plus sign between the two, just as we did with the $10 example a minute ago. Okay. As your intuition probably tells you, if you print this combination instead, you'll obtain the same outcome, but it won't have the quotes on the two sides. And here's a new trick. I'll type print red, and then I'll put a comma, which is called a trailing comma, and Python will print the next word, car, on the same line, separating the two words with a blank space. Shift plus enter. Great. Let's print the number 3 next to the number 5. Boom! Fantastic! Here it is. What will happen if I don't use the print command and just list a few integers, floats, and strings, separating them with commas? Python will execute the command as expected, but will place the values within parentheses. We've made excellent progress, and you've learned a lot about the Pythonic syntax. As we did so far, going step by step perhaps, it looks simple and easy, but it is actually important to respect the syntax of a language while coding. In the next lectures, you see this is true. Stay tuned for the next lesson, where we will continue exploring Python syntax. Thanks for watching.